Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me for the second edition of what I'm calling What's Working, because I really firmly believe that we need to concentrate on what's working in our paintings rather than getting stuck on what's not working. But first we have to identify what's working, and one of the ways that we can do that is by looking at other people's work and other people's work that we really admire and love and see what they're doing consistently and see if we can transfer some of those principles or attributes into our own work. So, the internet is a wonderful tool to be able to at Pinterest and just Google other artists and look at the amazing variety of work that's out there to gaze at. So this is a piece by John F. Carlson. It's called Forest Silence, and you could feel a little bit like it's a little bit somber, but I don't know, I love this subtle color in this piece. I love the brushwork. Just looking in this area right here, the grays, look at the little bits of aqua and over in here, the little bits of orange and red and phthalo. It's just so rich and nuanced. I just love it. And also you might think, oh, he just plopped himself down and painted some trees. Well, obviously it's compositionally it's quite more quite a bit more complex than that, I think. So let's just break it down just a little bit. I'm going to draw on this a little bit, and so if you think about it, this whole area is a fairly dark value overall. Over here, we've got this is sort of the foundation area of the piece, I think. And then we've got this distant kind of hillside back here that's also dark, that some of these trees are silhouetted up against. And then this gesture that's kind of sweeping of the hillside and the snow. So I think that that's really beautiful. It's kind of subtle. Then of course we've got these other trees, the main trees that are sitting here. And what I think is interesting is the intervals between them. It's very, very nice. And then we've got these smaller trees sitting in here. So lots of complexity. And then moving forward, these little kind of branches sticking up, which are so beautiful. What I really appreciate is the thick and thin, the drawing that went into the way that these branches, some of them come towards us and some of them move away. Like this one's kind of coming towards us. Just so beautifully done. And this tree that's kind of on the edge here, but it's kind of it's got a gradation. It's dark here, and then it gets lighter gray and gets silhouetted up against these darks. So we have this pattern of the snow, and then it's dark, and then light, and then dark, and then light behind these trees. So we're really being drawn into the whole composition by the pattern of light and dark. And I just think that that's just so beautiful. Then we have these layers in here too. We've got these little subtle branches here. Here we've got this kind of green foliage that's kind of coming forward, and this orange, that's little orange foliage mass that's right here, kind of I think very well placed to draw us into the composition. And then this kind of very subtle light, but it's definitely the lightest area of the snow right here, right in the center of the painting. So that's kind of interesting. But I also love the way that he's done these the foliage in the background here, giving us the atmosphere moving back, and the brush work that went into that. So it looks like pretty thick paint, and still, lots of subtlety in here, and these branches, these little tendrils going out. Really, really nice. It's almost like down here he's given us a sort of half shadow effect, where it's darker here and then it gets lighter up here. Not quite, but almost. And it's very nice. And little like hint, even there's lots of ways we're getting into this painting. There's this kind of little hint right here of a little pathway in here and then through. So lots of complexity, yet I'm not overwhelmed by it. I want to stay in this painting. I want to look at all the brushwork and the little nuance in there. So it's really one of those paintings you could just live with forever. So, and keep coming back to as a admirer. So, and I definitely do. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the holidays, and thanks for joining me for this edition of What's Working.